Partnered by Time's influence.
आपका कैसा सफर रहा है विंग्रीन्स में आने के बाद, क्या बदलाव आए?
मैम लोग बोले कि ये स्पेशल लेडीजों के लिए है ताकि वे बाहर काम कर सकें, ताकि औरतों को भी ये हो कि वो भी कुछ कर सकें।
कितना चेंज है कि बेधड़क होके हम कंपनी आ सकते हैं और काफ़ी फ़ायदा हुआ हमें यहाँ।
आपको देख के आपके जो आसपास की और औरतें होंगी, लेडीज होंगी, उनको भी लगता होगा कि यार हम भी, आप कितने खुल गए हो।
A beginning of an idea to bring about a change. For a country which is predominantly agrarian, it was an essential step to bring a change in the lives of people associated with it. And initiating a beginning of this change was through potted herbs, which slowly has grown into an establishment that today affects lives of hundreds in different ways.
The toughest industry in my mind was farming, was agriculture. I knew nothing about farming, absolutely nothing. But I was very clear that this is where the need is. So I was determined to learn farming. While I was thinking, I met Anand and I met Devinder. First I met Anand and I told Anand, I said, let us see if we can grow something. What I understood from Anand was that, the land here is expensive. People have wealth in land, but they have nothing in their pockets. They had absolutely no liquidity and there was no education, and hence they couldn't even find jobs and work. So it was an imbalance that we thought we could try and correct. And it was exactly on the 26th of January 2008 that we first rented half an acre of land here, and that's the acre of land that we rented, this little half acre. It was only half an acre earlier. And as you can see, there was mustard growing in the land. And so we rented it, but we could not cultivate it immediately. So we sowed a few seeds in a little passage that was used for people to walk past. And exactly 26th of January, we sowed our first seeds here in 2008.
The start was small, but it had the intention to make it big. Wingreens Farms has had a remarkable journey from starting as a beginner to a sought-after brand when it comes to fresh dips and sauces in the market. And this journey was only possible due to the various associations it has had with different segments of society.
We want to do what is needed. And since we want to help where it is needed, we realize that the maximum help that you can give people is to those people who have never worked before, especially with women. So the reason that the WIN in Wingreens stands for the Women's Initiative Network was having recognized the fact that women in India are a very underutilized, very underestimated resource.
Suman and Rani are women torchbearers who've helped Wingreens come this far.
मेरा नाम सुमन है। मेरे 5 बच्चे हैं, 3 बेटी हैं 2 बेटे हैं। सुबह बच्चे का नाश्ता वास्ता करते हैं, बच्चे को नहलाते हैं। मेरी पाठशाला जो मैम का स्कूल है उसमें मेरे 3 बच्चे जा रहे हैं सर, फीस मैम दे रही है। पहले हमारी कंपनी छोटी ब्रांच में थी, अब इतनी ब्रांच में हो गई हमारी कंपनी, बहुत अच्छी है। जो घर लेडीज़ थी जो कहीं बाहर ना निकल सके थी, मैम ने ऐसा करा है जो घर से लेडीज़ लगी है, अपना कमाने लगी है, बच्चे की अच्छी शिक्षा पाने लगे हैं। ये थोड़ा थोड़ा काम शुरू करते करते फिर हम मशीन पर आए। मैम ने हमारा काम देखा, भाई अच्छा काम चल रहा है, अच्छी मशीन चलाती हैं, हम मैम ने सुपरवाइज़र बनाए हैं। मैं इतनी पढ़ी लिखी तो हूँ ना, मुझे ना इंग्लिश आती थी ना हिंदी में कुछ लिखना आता था, तो मैम के ज़रिए मुझे फ़ोन चलाना भी आ गया, टच वाला, कैलकुलेशन भी करनी आ गई, वेट करना आ गया सर। कंपनी से जुड़ने के बाद मैंने इतना सुकून मिला है। 2013 में मैं कंपनी में आई थी, 2013 में मुझे प्लॉट मिला है। मैं बहुत डोली थी प्लॉट के मारे, तो यही है कि मैम का आने से ही हमारा बहुत बदलाव आ गया। आज मैं इतने मुकाम पे हूँ, मेरे 2 मंजिल का घर है सर, जिस दिन तक मैं कंपनी लगी हूँ।
What started as an attempt to bring fresh products in the market slowly became a social enterprise impacting the society at large, and women were the driving force for initiating this vision. In a society which stops women from being free, an idea like Wingreens helped them to become a formidable force in their surroundings.
इतना फ़र्क आया कि अब हमें कोई बोल नहीं सकता। पहले इतनी लड़ाइयाँ होती थी, हम अपना खर्चा करने से भी डरते थे कि हम खर्चा करें कि ना करें, कि हमारे हाथ में पैसा आए कि ना आए। तो हम इतना फ़र्क पड़ गया कि हम अपना खर्चा खुद कर सकते हैं, किसी के मानने से मोहताज नहीं है किसी के। आज कंधे से कंधा मिला रहे हैं आज आदमी भी हमारे से बोल नहीं सकता।
दोनों साइड मस्टर्ड थी, एक साइड भी ग्रास।
In 2008, when Anju was beginning to put her ideas to practical life, she met Anand, a farmer who has since then been with Wingreens and has helped in making this wonderful dream come to life.
एक दिन मैंने और मैम ने बातचीत करी कि भाई यहाँ का कल्चर क्या है, जो तावड़ू तहसील का कल्चर क्या है। मैं बोला मैम यहाँ लेडीज़ घूंघट में रहती हैं, लेडीज़ों के लिए कोई रोज़गार नहीं है और बड़ी परेशानी होती है। यहाँ ना उनकी पढ़ाई, बच्चों की पढ़ाई होती है, ना उनको ऐसा कोई खान पान होता है। मैम बोली इन लेडीज़ों के लिए कुछ करते हैं हम। आज हमारी कंपनी में, मेरे फार्म में भी 14 लेडीज़, 1 जेंट्स है, उनको रोज़गार मिल रहा है। आज अच्छे उनके बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, अच्छी शिक्षा मिल रही है, और लेडीज़ों को कोई रोज़गार नहीं था, इस कंपनी ने सहारा दिया। और आगे भी बहुत कुछ होने वाला है फार्म में। इस कंपनी से जुड़ने से पक्के मकान है, और जितना भी पैसा हमें कंपनी ने हमारी देख रेख में सारा पैसे लगाए थे।
After the break, we see how a social intervention went on to become a sought-after brand.
When we have a system when women are making it by hand and they're using equipment which is things that they can operate, it has a very different impact in terms of the kind of food that they're able to make, which other companies are not able to make.
The story of Manoj and Uzair speaks volumes of how a thought can affect so many lives for the better and empowering them financially. These are just a few examples of the many who've been a part of the Wingreens family.
मेरा नाम मनोज कुमार है सर। मेरा घर यूपी में है, ज़िला बरेली, और मैं यहाँ जॉब के लिए 2015 में आया था सर। तो सबसे पहले मैंने ये कंपनी ज्वाइन की, तब से आज तक मैं इसी कंपनी में हूँ सर। हमारा सैम्पलिंग का होता है सर। सबसे पहले हम स्टोर में जब आते हैं तो अपना सैम्पलिंग का पूरा स्टार्ट करते हैं। फिर उसके बाद जो भी कस्टमर स्टोर में आता है तो हम सबसे पहले उसको हाय सर, गुड इवनिंग, गुड मॉर्निंग करके उसका पहले वेलकम करते हैं, ताकि वो हमारी तरफ आकर्षित हो। फिर उसके बाद हम अपने सैंपल जो भी हम उन्हें ट्राई कराते हैं। और हमारा मेन मैसेज होता है कि वो हमारे सारे ऑप्शन ट्राई करें और हम अपनी कंपनी के बारे में उन्हें सारा कुछ बताते हैं। मैंने धीरे धीरे करके इस कंपनी में मेरी बात हुई, कैसे भी इस कंपनी में मुझे बिना एक्सपीरियंस के मतलब ज्वाइन किया और मुझे नीचे से मतलब नीचे लेवल का बंदा जो भी है फिर उसके हिसाब से मुझे ट्रेनिंग दी गई, फिर उस काबिल बनाया गया ताकि मैं आज खड़े होकर कस्टमर को अच्छे से बात कर लेता हूँ, अच्छे से प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बताता हूँ।
मुझे इस कंपनी में 5 इयर्स हो गए काम करते हुए और अभी मैं इस कंपनी में मैंने 5 इयर्स पहले एज अ प्रमोटर ज्वाइन किया था और आज के टाइम पे मैं ASM हूँ, एरिया सेल्स मैनेजर। आई एम लुकिंग होल NCR और काफ़ी चेंजेस मेरे अंदर भी आए हैं, साथ साथ कंपनी में बहुत सारे चेंजेस आ गए हैं। स्टार्टिंग में जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया था तो ये कंपनी दिल्ली NCR में थी, लेकिन आज के टाइम पे ये ऑल ओवर इंडिया चल रही है, 120 से सिटीज़ से ज़्यादा शहरों में ये चल रहा है।
We began our journey in 2008 with farming and we started growing crops on the farm. Obviously there was no earning at that time, so we used to put in money from our own pockets, from our household expenses, and had a lot of support from my family to enable me to do that. What was interesting was that when we went into retail and we started earning, we decided that we would earn and spend. But there were a few clauses we had, which was that, we would not restrict ourselves in helping farmers and women on the farm based on our earnings. We would push ourselves to earn more, to be able to do more for them. So our plant business, which began in kiosks in malls, we worked much harder to be able to make a success of it, open more kiosks so that we could earn more and afford to run the farming business.
Wingreens is an example of how social enterprise leads to a successful business model. The company over the years has seen steady rise in its brand image.
When we have a system when women are making it by hand and they're using equipment which is things that they can operate, it has a very different impact in terms of the kind of food that they're able to make, which other companies are not able to make. So firstly, the kind of taste that the product is able to get and the freshness that the product has is something which is very unique and very different. And we are seeing that very clearly in the marketplace, from the response that we are getting from consumers, that our products taste superior. So the taste experience that we are able to deliver is very much coming from the way in which the product is getting made. That's one part of it. The second part of it is that because it's not being made in a large, a factory setup which has, minimum order quantity, and you press a switch and you put so much of raw material and output comes in terms of so many tons of finished product. We don't have that system. So what we have is that we can make smaller batches, we can therefore customize, and therefore our production system, which has also completely been innovated in terms of how it has been set up, because we've made it in a way in which the women can operate it. So because of that, it's a highly flexible production system in making products in small batch sizes.
Wingreens Farms in the market is known for its fresh dips and sauces. The product range has evolved and grown over the years. The people who got associated with them have seen how the functioning is just not about selling a product, but more to do with all its stakeholders.
We had launched about maybe 10 different varieties of dips by around 2015, which is when, and we had also grown to a number of stores in Delhi, and we had also launched in a few stores in Mumbai. This is when one of the largest investment companies in the world saw our products, got interested and approached us to be, they asked us if we would like to be funded by them. Now, we had never got into the business for funding, so it was something that wasn't even it was a surprise.
Being at the helm of this brand, Anju has constantly been thinking as to how the products and functioning of this initiative benefits both the producers and the consumers.
So we have continued to grow the business. We have continued to keep our product more or less handmade. We've continued to grow a few things on the farm, use those things in our products, reach fresh products to the consumer, and ensure that our people have benefited in every which way possible.
The dream of Anju started from a small acre of land, and today, with the help of her family and the women, the initiative has become a favored brand.
Growing up for us has always been pretty unconventional. My parents did come from a corporate background. My mother was in advertising, and so was my father. That was the beginning of our childhood. But after that, we started coming home to maybe different sorts of almost like science experiments. There'd be a lot of plants suddenly in the house. One day we'd come in and there'd be cheese making happening. So it was very interesting. I mean, we had something new to learn all the time. And me personally, I would probably come home from school and find a new thing to learn every time. Probably learned more at home than I did in school, in a way.
Being in a house that has dedicatedly worked for other people and not for itself, I think that I can safely say that I haven't only grown with Wingreens, I've also grown up with Wingreens. I've learned so much that I feel like I can now call myself an adult to a certain extent, or maybe a young adult at best. One of the first things that I learned, and that's one of the main things that I carry with myself till date, is that there is no such thing as a big person or a small person, or a big job or a small job. It doesn't matter if you're sales head or if you're one of the boys sitting in a vehicle going around delivering supplies. Everything is an important and crucial part of the model, and everything deserves its due. So it doesn't matter, like you could be the head of sales in a particular area, and if your salesman is not able to show up today, you need to be ready enough to go and take over his job, you know, and that's because there's dignity in that as well. There's dignity in every step of the way, and that's the main thing that I think we are also trying to inculcate in the people that we work with, in the stakeholders that we carry with us.
Today, Wingreens has ensured that women working in their company have a voice. The workers have a close relationship with the company. The initiative is growing at a rapid pace, and so are its people.
We are at a certain point right now where a lot of people who we meet, in some cases investors who are very intrigued by Wingreens and talk to us about where are you all headed. And one of the oft asked questions is that with this particular model that you have, how far do you think you can scale it? How big do you think you can make Wingreens while remaining true to this model? And I think the answer to that is very, very clear, that if we can't scale the model, then we've failed. So the key point is that this model has to be an example, and this model is definitely scalable. And in fact, we want to replicate it. Right now, we are doing it, based out of here in Gurgaon. Of course, we have our sales teams all across India who are also very much part of our model. But this same model, even from a production and a farming standpoint, we would, the vision is to be able to see it replicated in many other parts of India.
It's about employing boys whom no one else would have thought of employing because they had no degrees, no credentials, no certificates. They would have been working somewhere in menial jobs. We trained them, gave them dignity. Today they feel part of a family, part of an organization. It's about educating children. We are invested in their growth. We're not just invested in a one-off job for them.
As per the new tri-tariff order, you now have the power to choose and pay only for the channels you love. To keep watching your favorite shows on Times Now, call your cable or DTH operator and get the Times movies and news pack now.
The Showstoppers, the Jaw Droppers, the Movers and Shakers.
These are some of the hard facts.
The Power Players. All the blockbusters. All the hard hitters in one power punch.
That's awesome.
Complete your TV viewing experience with the best of Hollywood entertainment and news. Get the Times Movies and News Pack at just 13 rupees. Ask your cable or DTH provider now.
Partnered by Times Influence.